Good evening, lads, and welcome back to another installment of the MADLAD Weekly Show. It's November 12th, 2020, and boy, do we have a show for you tonight. But before we begin, I would like to say that one of my friends made a very good suggestion for the show. He said I should try to talk more like a old school 40s radio host, considering that's what the show is supposed to be emulating, I guess. And you know what? That's a good idea. It's about time I stopped sounding like I'm just giving you bad news about your dog crapping in my soup for the third time today. So I think I'll do that. I think I'll do the whole 40s radio host voice the best I can, of course, from here on out, starting in the first section. So let's go ahead and do that.
Well, to start off, we'll talk about the ongoing election. This has been a pretty interesting one thus far, and I'm very anxious to see who wins. Now, I know some people would say Joe Biden is the clear winner, and I'd expect this is based on the media being so determined to label him as such. However, in all reality, he hasn't won yet, and frankly, I would like it if he didn't. And with that, I think, before we go any further, I'd like to quickly say, if you hear any noise in the background, it's rain. There's supposed to be a tropical storm in Florida tomorrow. By the way, that's where I live, not that you care. But, you know who does? A lot of these left-wing wackos that want to know the individuals that supported Trump in the race for president. Now, I couldn't vote in this election due to my age, but I definitely am a supporter of Donald Trump, and I would like him to be the president for another 4 years and continue recovering the record-breaking economy we had before COVID, as well as other things like pulling troops out of the Middle East and so on. Although, if he does lose, I'd like it to be fair and not because of fraud, which is seeming to be something that may have occurred. In fact, I think it's more likely than not. There are plenty of cases of suspected voter fraud popping up in a number of states. I'll leave links below to some YouTubers who would be better suited to explain these cases. Either way, recounts and lawsuits have been filed due to the situation, and they could change the results in the end. There's also the fact that if a clear winner is not determined before the deadline, which I believe is sometime in December, then it will be up to House delegations, which are Republicans, so Trump will most likely win in that scenario. Now, if that were to happen, I think a large number of people who are currently calling for us to unify and come together and heal after they spent 4 years calling Trump supporters racist, sexist, and yes, even Nazis, are probably going to get pretty mad. Quite possibly mad enough to start rioting again, like they did after the 2016 election. I apologize for getting a bit hostile. That's my bad. Why don't we get our minds off that and celebrate some recent events with some music? Yesterday was Veterans Day, and the day before was the U.S. Marines' birthday, so let's play the U.S. Marines hymn to celebrate both, why don't we? Well, I hope we all can agree how great it is to have such a strong military protecting our freedom and liberty. In fact, I'm actually joining the Marines in about a year and a half, so I definitely do agree and respect the military, very much so. In other news, Next Gen is here, and reviews are in, and people have their hands on the new Xbox Series X console. And let me tell you, it's looking pretty good. Besides two things that I'll talk about a bit later. Oh, I'll also discuss the PlayStation 5 in our next segment, so don't worry about that. As for the Xbox, it seems very powerful and fast. It features a quick boot-up time as well as load speeds. In fact, it would appear that, for the most part, backwards-compatible multi-platform games have the faster load times on the Series X. The controller is also supposed to be very good, although it's not much different from the Xbox One controller, which was a good controller, so I'll give you that. Cooling seems fine too, despite people trying to make it look like it's very bad by blowing their vape into the intake and then it comes out the outtake making it look like it's smoking, and that's a big thing. Oh man. But there is actually some hardware issues going on from what I've seen. Some folks have had their consoles bricked, and that's bad. It seems like a decently common issue. I mean, not crazy common, like you're guaranteed to get it, but there are a number of people who have had this happen. I hope this doesn't end up like another Red Ring of Death situation. That would definitely not be good for business. Especially considering that as of right now, there doesn't seem to be much of an incentive to purchase an Xbox right now, since there are basically no launch exclusive for the console. And it doesn't look like there will be any games for a good while, with Halo Infinite's delay and everything else not releasing soon either. So, in summary, my opinion is if you're gonna get an Xbox, then you should probably wait until the launch issues are worked out and some of the exclusives are released for it. Okay, and now back to some music. This one's nice to listen to. We've got Autumn Leaves by Nat King Cole.
The falling leaves drift by the window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall.
Well, ain't that just swell? Alright, it's time for the PlayStation 5, and I will say that this has released more recently, so there isn't too much to go on as of the time I am recording this little segment. However, what I have heard has all been pretty good, if I'm being honest. The console is launched with 2 great exclusive games right out the gate. These are Spider-Man Miles Morales, which has an 85 on Metacritic by critics, but has yet to be scored by users. The second game is the Demon's Souls remake, which honestly has yet to be scored by both critics and users, so I have no idea how good it could be. But these games have some amazing performance. Spider-Man, for example, takes about 6 seconds to get into the gameplay from the PlayStation dashboard. Speaking of the dashboard, it seems to be the next step after the PlayStation 4, as it currently has separate menus for games and media and a more clean design overall. One thing I'm particularly happy about is the inclusion of a total play time being displayed when you look at a game in the menu. Moving on to the controller, the controller is also a substantial improvement over last gen, with the new adaptive triggers and haptic feedback. It also includes a microphone built-in, which could prove to be interesting. Cooling has undoubtedly been upgraded to where you can barely hear the fan at all. Although if you're using a disc, the Blu-ray drive is a bit noisy, but still nowhere near to the PlayStation 4 getting ready to explore Mars because someone set Earth on fire. Whoever it was that did that, it couldn't have been the Ink Spot, since they made a song called I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire. Let's hear it.
I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
I don't want to set the world on fire, honey. I love you too much. I just want to start a great big flame down in your heart. You see, way down inside of me, darling, I have only one desire. And that one desire is you. And I know nobody else ain't gonna do.
I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just wanna be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
I'm sure a lot of you Fallout fans love that song. I do too. It's a really good one. I mean, it's the outro to the show, so of course it is. Anyway, this is just going to be a quick, non-scripted me talking about a bunch of random topics. Let's start off. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War releases 12 a.m. tomorrow. So basically tonight,
I'm gonna be staying up for it. I'm gonna be playing the campaign the second it comes out, and hopefully beating it in one sitting if it's not crazy long, like I did with Modern Warfare. Right after that, I want to get with some friends and get into zombies. I'm really excited to see zombies. I know some people have already been playing it and showing stuff about it, but I've been avoiding that because I want it all to be new. I might even record some stuff and upload it. We'll see, who knows. The next thing, Friday the 13th. This is some sad news, actually. I actually play Friday the 13th, the game, and they're shutting down dedicated servers for it. So now peer-to-peer connection is going to be how quick play matches work. So you'll still be able to play it, but you might have some connection problems worse than anything you might have had before. Another thing, Rainbow Six Siege is getting a new operator soonish, I guess. I don't know. This came out recently. Not even recently, it was leaked a while ago, but I don't know, the operator has like a scar on her face and she has a bionic arm and can make a laser grid, freaking Resident Evil sort of thing, and I swear Rainbow Six Siege is basically just a tactical Overwatch at this point. Anyway, Battlefield 6, we actually got some news on that. There was a conference call where they talked about some stuff involving Battlefield 6, saying it had it's gonna have a never before seen scale. Sounds really interesting. I'm excited for that. I love Battlefield, and Battlefield 5 sadly wasn't as good as as its predecessors.
Stay in the fight, so
And finally, Destiny 2. This is not news I'm personally interested in, but it's big news, and my friends all care about it, so I'll bring it up. It had a big expansion come out recently. It's called Beyond Light. You gotta pay for it, of course, but apparently it's pretty good. To quote my friends exactly, when I asked them what they were thinking about it, what they exactly said was, "I just started playing it. Why are you asking? What do you want to know? Why do you care?" And stuff like that. So it sounds like it's pretty good. I hope if you do play Destiny and you're playing that, it's fun. I really don't care about Destiny, but that's all. And you know what? I think that's enough of that. I mean, frankly, I'm just waiting for zombies. I love zombies. I mean, freaking everybody loves zombies. Or if not everybody loves zombies, everybody loves something or somebody, right? Well, you know what, let's play a song about that. It's Everybody Loves Somebody by Dean Martin.
Everybody loves somebody sometime. Everybody falls in love somehow. Something in your kiss just told me my sometime is now. Everybody finds somebody someplace. There's no telling where love may appear. Something in my heart keeps saying my someplace is here. If I had it in my power, I'd arrange for every girl to have your charm. Then every minute, every hour, every boy would find what I found in your arms. Everybody loves somebody sometime. And although my dream was overdue, your love made it well worth waiting for someone like you. If I had it in my power, I would arrange for every girl to have your charm. Every boy would find what I found in your arms. Everybody loves somebody sometime. And although my dream was overdue, your love made it well worth waiting someone like you. Everybody loves somebody sometime.
That's a great song. Love Dean Martin. He's amazing, wonderful singer. Anyway, I think we're about time to end. But before we do, I'm introducing a new part of the show. It's the funniest clip of the week. Now, this is a clip from Battlefield 5. Not this one. This is just a bonus. I don't know how that happened. But no, this is a clip from Battlefield 5. This was rather recent. Me and one of my friends were playing it, and some odd things happened with a tank and him, my friend in a tank, and him being out of the tank. I'll just roll the clip and you can watch it.
Oh snap!
I just keep a mental. No, never mind. Someone's stealing it. Okay, I'm coming. Where you
I
at?
like it.
I'm
what did I
pushing
just hit, a
towards F.
landmine? F. Okay.
That tank looking at me? Yep.
Oh, I got it. Let's go. On to the next.
Am I able to drive a Sherman through this river? I hope I am.
That's a bad idea. You shouldn't try.
Alright,
I drowned the Sherman.
Oh my
I think you gotta
god.
go to
Oh, hey,
to
there's an enemy
stranger.
tank here. They just watched me drown it. And I'm dead.
Yeah, I saw that happen.
Probably we need another Sherman.
Well, that's the end of the show there. If you enjoyed the show, then please do press the little thumbs up thing down below the video. A new show happens every Thursday night, so subscribe to see more. Oh, but also make sure you ring the bell so it will let you know when I upload. Anyway, this has been the MADLAD Weekly Show, and I've been your host, MADLAD, yeah. And I wish all of you a good night.